Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Don't forget to wait. Yeah, that one's better. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already done so, there's a brand new video every single day. I have a question for you and I want a real answer. How much do you think Bitcoin is worth? It's not rhetorical, I promise you. Like, I actually want to know. We have a system, a machine, a blockchain, an item that we can now use to instantaneously send money around the world whenever we want to. Whenever we want to. If you didn't see, this was like 2 years ago. There was like a controversial thing with the New York Stock Exchange and I believe the NASDAQ, doesn't matter, we're having discussions as to if they wanted to actually be open 24 hours a day. The idea being is that crypto is open 24 hours a day. You can go onto a crypto exchange and trade, buy, sell coins whenever you want. There's no like one telling you, oh, sorry, the market opens up again at 7 o'clock. You can literally send 2:35 in the morning. You can get up, take out your phone, send crypto to your friends somewhere in Asia. They're going to get it. We have a system that anyone can use. It's no longer limited, if you don't know history. It's no longer limited to just like rich countries. All of the other half of the planet, if you don't know, there are 4 billion with a B, 4 billion people on the planet who do not have access to the current financial system that you have. And you sit there and go, well, that sounds crazy. Yeah, it's because it is. It has to do with banks not liking poor people, but we also knew that part as well. And then someone creates a system that allows every single person on the planet to link up instantaneously if they want. Send money, send value through its chain to everyone whenever they actually want. How much do you think that that's worth? And I don't, if you go into the comment section like, well, my coin's better. Sure, Sally, that sounds really, really cool. But no, I mean it. We have a system that everyone on the planet can use. We have a way to get away from the old system. We have something that is now the rarest asset on the planet that we've ever seen. That I'm not going to mosey into it, I promise. But the discussion of like, you know, how all the stuff I just said, there's a reason why these companies and organizations want so much of it. And also the annoyance of billions of people on the planet not figuring out that this thing that they could use to get away from, I'll try and find a nice word, from the old world and terrible people who used to run it, but people just seemingly choose not to. You know, we're going to live in a world where like rich people own all the Bitcoin, right? Like the thing that was made like for freedom and peace is going to just be owned by BlackRock and MicroStrategy and Fidelity, right? Yeah, if that doesn't get you down, you're not paying close enough attention. In the news today is, I almost said an old friend, I don't know. Plan B is back in the news. We are currently closer than ever to what people are predicting, expecting, and predicting is going to be a gigantically wild bull run. A lot of the numbers that we have heard and gone over the course of this year should be coming to fruition rather soon. That's that September, October timeframe. We don't know when everything's going to go bananas, but this is usually what we keep hearing. On top of this, as we get closer to those dates and the expectations of where the market's going to be, a lot of people A lot of analysts are popping back up talking about where the market is going to go. Current expectations are that things are going to be absolutely fantastic. Plan B thinks, believes, says. He thinks that Bitcoin is going to go a lot higher than many people expect. And from a logical standpoint, it does make sense, but also much of the world is actually quite illogical, so let's see if we actually get there. Plan B is the guy who made the stock to flow ratio model, if you will. It's meant to basically calculate how rare Bitcoin is against other assets. It's usually paired against gold, as gold has always been historically seen as this rare finite asset. Even though it's not, you can keep digging into the planet. We always find more. We know that the universe is composed of generally the exact same thing, so other planets also probably have gold in them as well, and asteroids. You got to read more because it's not what you actually think it is. The thing with this, however, according to his charts, he says that Bitcoin is actually 10 times undervalued compared to gold. And at this point, he's kind of just waiting to see when Bitcoin's price is going to pop up. Now, I think ideas like this are quite fascinating in that they actually put numbers to use. And we can see from the perspective, this is gold, this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price should be this because relative to this, and we can kind of see and extrapolate and say, cool, that logically makes a lot of sense. But we're also at the point where we have hundreds, it's now officially over 200 companies, public companies, who are buying up tons of Bitcoin. And then the price just doesn't really react as we all think that it should, especially if we're having 10, 30, 40, 50 billion dollars actually pumping into this market. His relies solely on this idea of scarcity. Even crazier, as we've gone over before, this is usually, I hope that other people get it. And I know you understand English, but I mean, I hope you actually understand what I mean when I say like these things. If there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin and 6 million's gone and lost forever, and these companies are buying up all the Bitcoin, that means that there's really not ever going to officially be 21 million Bitcoin circulating. You got that right? I got to keep doing this because somebody should, I don't know, TMI. No. Okay, I'll stop. But this is what it is. If there's meant to be 21 million, we have 19 something or other million right now. Fantastic. 6 million's gone. That leaves 13 million up for grabs. 90% of Bitcoin is currently in the hands of whales. They keep accumulating more and more every day with no desire to relinquish any of their coins. His projection shows, based off of the current amount of gold that we have on this planet, comparative to the maximum 21 million Bitcoin, Bitcoin's price should be 10x higher from where it currently is. But there's a problem. There's not 21 million Bitcoin in our ecosystem. There's barely even 2 million if these people have 90% of it. How rare is Bitcoin and how high should Bitcoin's price actually be? We were talking before about a worldwide system that 8 billion people have access to. We have never had anything like that. 8 billion people? Instantaneously, you are a part of this brand new market. Now do the rarity factor. Do how little there actually is. Do how little the average person also has. And do how little other people will ever be able to have. The people who are only going to be able to own 300 Satoshis. You know you're going to live on a planet. You know how like most people don't even have like anything in their bank accounts, and most people, I mean literally, like it's not even paycheck to paycheck, it's like terrible to terrible, like that kind of thing. You know you're going to live on a planet where the people who have like 200, 250 in their bank account, that's going to be 250 Satoshis. Are you getting it? You know, if Bitcoin continues the way that it has and other crypto assets, I know you have other coins that are good and amazing, fantastic. If this all continues in that same direction, you understand that you are going to be the person like with the money and with the wealth, and that everyone else, the other billions of people I keep talking about, you're going to exist in a world where your close friends only have 3,000 Satoshi, only 3,000 bucks in their bank account. How rare do you think Bitcoin is, and why do you think all these companies want all of it? No one else is catching on to the fact of how rare this is, how difficult it is to acquire it. You know, the average person doesn't have $1,000, right? You know, the average person, if they did have $1,000, they need that for rent. That $1,000 doesn't even cover rent. These people can't afford to buy 0.01 Bitcoin. So yeah, there's actually a rather long article. I wasn't in the mood. No, yeah. He says just based off of the current numbers with the maximum supply of 21 million, Bitcoin's price should be 10 times higher. I can't imagine what that stock to flow number is going to show during the next halving. Do you remember what happens in 2032? Anyone? The amount of Bitcoin that comes out of the mining process is no longer an entire coin. It's only in Satoshis. It's literally less than an entire coin. Didn't it seem a little weird that all these companies are buying up all this Bitcoin now before that happens? Yeah. We get a lot of price predictions here. This isn't necessarily one of them. It's just more of a logical standpoint on where things should actually be. This is what I was saying earlier as well. It's one of those... I think a lot of you know that Bitcoin is heavily undervalued. But I think sometimes when we have like a perspective in front of us, we really understand like, oh, it's like really insanely rare, and there's going to be billions of people who never have any of it. Yeah, time moves forward. More Bitcoin gets taken off the table. Bitcoin will soon be used for mortgages and buying homes and buying land and wealth creation. So that's going to be fun. Yeah. I do hope you've all enjoyed. I hope you understand how early you are in this market. I know a lot of you don't, and I know you think it's not you, but I'm pretty sure it's you. Understand the chance that you've been given to be in this market. I was a child. I was going to say what I would give to go back in time and buy Amazon stock. No, like, really, think of the chance you've been given. Prices are not going to stay this low forever. They're not. So don't squander this chance and make the most of it. Interpret that however you will. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.